Oh, what happened to music? Cassie King here. I got my chef-elect, Brendan B. This is the Sports Goombahs, and we got Mike at the Wall here, too. Beefing up his wall report, working on that Twitter. This is the Sports Goombahs. We're live from the 515 studios, live here, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. We're rocking and rolling with sports and more. We're not just a sports channel anymore. We talk about everything. You know how to do it.
Even stuff you don't want to talk about.
Even stuff you don't want to talk about. You hear that? Sports Goombahs is brought to you by Castle Public Adjusters. When fire and water destroy your house, lightning, smoke, anything you have to report to your insurance company, give Castle a call. 215-752-1237.
Your home is your castle. Let them treat it like it.
Yes, your home is a castle. Proper compensation is important. Also brought to you by a new sponsor. Graph FX Screen Printing. T-shirts, jackets, anything you can think of that you can print on, give Graph FX a call. 267-789-5491. 267-789-5491. Check them out at Facebook at Graph FX. All right, this is the Sports Goombahs, and you know the Sports Goombahs hotline is 267-563-2893. 267-563-2893 is your Sports Goombahs hotline. Give us a call and do some ranting and beefing with the chef in the wall and Cassie the King. All right, guys, how's everybody doing?
Solid,
yeah. Listen, every week I start out with something about myself, whether it's the bed doesn't work or where's that other thing. Well, this week, you know how I am with the traffic, and I'm bitching and moaning about 95, Turnpike, all that stuff. Well, they got me this week. Okay, I'm coming over from Jersey.
They whacked you good. I saw the pictures.
Me, okay, I'm coming home from Jersey. Figure I'm going to avoid the wall.
Mistake number one. Being in Jersey.
Yeah, well, that's true too, but that's the only way out. Well, anyway, I was coming back, and I had to avoid the Walt Whitman, the Ben Franklin, because then I put you on the 95, and you have all that chaos to deal with. So I go down to the Tacony Palmyra, You
came over to Tacony. I thought you said.
Well, I'm not finished.
Oh.
I'm getting to the Tacony, and all of a sudden there's detours there. They're doing construction on that thing too. I got no way out but the Betsy Ross, which is an easy way. We got to go slow because that Route 90 there, they got the cops waiting there for you. Well, I took my eyes off the road going up 90 and take the Betsy Ross and watching the cops shoot out and pull somebody over. And I hit a piece of shrapnel that tore the shit out of my tire and the wheel.
Shrapnel.
Shrapnel,
what are you,
man.
In a war zone?
Let me tell you something. My truck felt like it was in a war zone as I wobbled up onto the bridge. Found another guy, too, hit the same piece of metal. We don't know what it was. 4 hours up there. AAA, the tire, what a mess. Hanging with the cop, telling me stories about what's this and that. And then, hey, it happens. You know what? After an 80-mile ride, coming back and having to choose where I was going, I took the Betsy Ross because, okay, it's simple. And this is how I get paid back. $600 worth of bullshit charges for new tire and new wheel. And those wheels are only what? The tires are 2 weeks old? I had it with the traffic. And there's another spot, too. We got it on the Turnpike, Pennsylvania Turnpike. It's Marlton, 73 in Marlton. That's another joke. 30 minutes at a light. 11 o'clock in the morning. It shouldn't be. This whole area is screwed when it comes to traffic. There's no way out.
I don't know. I've heard horror stories about California. I think we're getting off easy.
No, this is the deal. The number one worst intersection in the country. It's 2 minutes from this studio.
Oh, I know.
Nice Road and Street Road.
That's such bullshit.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I
saw the stupid rating. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Top 10.
I've never even had anything remotely close to a scare there.
Go there right now. There's flowers on the side. There's something that happened last week there.
Because there's so many apartments and people keep walking there. That's why. It's dangerous for walkers.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's the most dangerous intersection in the country. Okay, only it's first, and the other two in the top 10 are the Boulevard in Welsh and Grand Avenue in Welsh.
Well, Grant and Boulevard.
Grant and Boulevard.
Grant and Boulevard is by far the worst I've ever been around.
Yes, it was number one for a long time.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying the fact that nights in Street Road.
It's because you can't do anything.
They put
there.
the cameras there, and that's what made it
There's
knock it down to like 5.
It is what it is.
There's absolutely no problem with nights and Street Road. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Well, I'm just telling you what they're saying.
And I'm just telling you that I drive it every day, and
you get
never
lucky. You so happen to be over there when nothing's going on, but the majority of the time there's chaos at that corner.
Chaos.
And a little bit further down too. Whatever. There's something about that intersection that doesn't work. That's the bottom line.
The walkers.
Well, call whatever it is. It's the most dangerous intersection in the country.
You know what though? It's walkers. If people walk places, they got to be able to walk safely somewhere.
They can. They're
the crosswalks.
They're just stupid. They're just stupid, unintelligent people.
Well, then I'm
just crossing the street blindly at midnight.
Did you ever? You know what? Know what's funny? And this is going to sound very cruel and harsh, but over the years, evolution has failed the human race. Have you noticed this? Because
George Carlin told us that 15 years ago.
Well, I'm just telling you. You look at it and you go, "All right, if this was 100 years ago, how many people wouldn't have survived because they're just plain stupid?"
Yeah, well,
but
then again, 100 years ago, they were dying when they got diarrhea. So.
Yeah, a strong survive. I guess. I mean, you just look at it. You go. Some people, oh wait, I'm going to walk out in the traffic on my cell phone. Cell phones probably kill more people than cigarettes do anymore.
The problem at the Knights Road and Street is the turning spot. Even when the people are crossing the turn, there is what's clipping everybody because they're both. Even they had the walk and don't walk light doesn't even make a difference there.
Nobody's paying attention because they're on their cell phone.
Actually, it's like 5 points there because you're turning off. You got an automatic turn when you go in on the Knights
because you can yield. It doesn't stop.
Way. And you're crossing. You got that little patch of cement that sits there that you had to jump over to. And Mike's right. It is a highly walked area back and forth for that mall because of all the apartments there. But cars are walking, whatever. It is the most dangerous intersection in the country as far as statistics are concerned. The amount of traffic that goes by there, and that's a big trafficked area. I mean,
look at. Statistics show that Ben Revere is a 300 hitter, but the general population thinks he's an absolute asshole.
Yeah, but he wasn't in center field for the no hitter.
Oh, there you go.
He wasn't there.
I was wondering how long it would take you to figure. I was waiting for that one.
Yeah. Speaking of walking, Cole Hamels didn't walk too many the other night. That's for sure. It's funny. They watch that game, and you think to myself, what a week it's been in baseball for Phillies, regardless of who they're playing. You win 8 out of 10. You throw a no-hitter into that whole mix, and it's a good week of baseball for them.
And he scored some runs too.
Yeah, scored some runs. It was like enjoyable to watch. The no-hitter was, who's the center fielder?
The Goombahs Herrera.
Yeah, he had 2 nice catches. The one that ended it should have been a nice catch. Should have been a fly ball caught. He slipped on the third out there.
No. What had and I was listening. I was trying to figure out what's going on, so I was searching everywhere for interviews. What had happened is the ball, when it got hit, he thought it was out of the park. So he said he was charging the wall to be able to jump up there to do everything he could to try to catch that damn ball. He goes, and then the wind just knocked it straight down.
Yeah,
and he jumped down and came forward and caught it. And if you look, Hamels looked like his shoulders dropped a little bit, bad mistake.
Yeah. And the announcers kind of were bumming as the ball's in the air, don't tell me this. Last pitch,
2 out, 2 strikes. Oh God, it was crazy.
Yeah, but how many times do you see that? The two out in the 9th inning.
Incredible. When there's it's incredible how that 9th inning. I guess I get it's all about pressure. If you're a pitcher like that, it's got to be in your head, obviously, in the 9th inning to get them outs. But it's amazing how many 8th and 9th inning no hitters are shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 8th more than 9th, obviously, but that and usually when it happens in the 8th, you end up getting taken out. But Hamels was on. He was on the whole game.
Oh my God!
It's like I haven't seen that Hamels since 08, 07, 08. He was just his fastball. All 4 of his pitches were working. And like I told you before the show, you can always tell it was a great day for him because Chooch, Luis didn't move.
He would put down a sign.
He framed it, and the ball was there.
And that said, he would hit his mark. And give props to Chooch, man, too, because he calls it great.
That's his 3rd no hitter. 4th.
4.
Who's the 4th one?
The combined no hitter.
The combined one last year too. Everybody forgets about it.
Yeah, that was a Hamels one, right?
He started off Hamels, Diekman, Papelbon.
Let me ask you something. Why was that a combined one? I don't remember what happened there.
Because combined because they had substitute pitchers in.
Yeah.
No, I understand how it's combined, but why would Hamels be involved in a no hitter? Why did they take him out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Was that a delayed game or a rain game or something like that it happened? Or
I don't. You know what? I don't remember. But
because I'm sitting here, I'm thinking when they were talking. I remember that game. I think it was last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
I remember. I'm trying to think. Why would they have taken Hamels out in a no hitter?
Well, I'm trying to say. Oh, Giles. Giles was the other one. I think he went 7, and then they went Diekman 7 innings. Diekman and Giles, and then Papelbon to shut it down.
I guess it was a 1-0 game or something because
it was tight. Whatever. I remember it being tight
because Hamels threw 108 pitches in the 6th by the 6th inning.
Oh, it was the
last
6th.
one. Of his last one. That's why he couldn't go the whole way.
You agree to that? Something like that? A guy no hitter, 108 pitches.
108 pitches in the 6th inning.
That's a lot.
Even if you're efficient, it's a minimum 10 to 12 pitches an inning. Now you're not throwing Hamels for 150,
59, 160.
You're not getting there.
In this day of age, yeah, I guess so. You would pull your pitcher, but back in the day, not a chance in the world you're throwing a no matter how many pitches you're in there till they hit you, man.
It's only 6.
You're in there till they hit you. If
I mean, I'm thinking maybe that there was probably a situation where he probably would have went one more inning. I don't remember.
But to find out, I think there might have been a score thing. Maybe he was coming up to bat the next day or something like that.
That's what I was just going to bring up. Probably.
Yeah, to me,
what was the final score?
He left when the score was 2-0.
Okay.
And it was he left in it. They won 7-0 that game.
To me, regardless of how many pitches you're throwing, I'll wait for that first hit, then I'll take him out.
Ben Revere had 5 RBIs that game. That piece of shit.
Yeah, you got to do something with him, man. He's no damn good. Got to get rid of him.
I like Revere. I guess this is sarcasm to the king.
Come on, man. Yeah. He's been sarcastic for 2 weeks already. Ben Revere, he'll be here when they win the next.
Now, since
series.
we're on the subject of Hamels, and we're on the subject probably of Hamels not being affiliate by the end of the week.
You never know what this.
You never know.
This organization, they might think, "Whoa, wow, we got a chance. We just won 8 out of 10. We got a wild card shot."
I don't think they.
I know, but when you think about, I don't know, this crew, the old guys up top, who knows?
He has to be moved. I mean, like I said, your value is never going to be higher.
Never.
And one of the things that is actually in his favor is the fact that he's not a free agent coming up.
Exactly.
It's not a 3-month or a 2-month rental. And then you lose him, and that's it.
And he shows
you got him for another year or two.
Yeah. And the major concern was because of his 2 poor outings that people, and we had said it on the show that he was hurt. Well, it's kind of like
it was hurt.
No. People were saying that it had been brought up, and I'm just looking at it just by where he was hitting his marks.
2 bad outings.
Yeah, marks the other day. That dispelled that rumors. That probably brought up his value again.
Of course.
But my fear is this.
They still didn't hit for him.
Yeah, they still
didn't hit for him.
My fear is this. And I think it's a legitimate fear now that they are so hoping to unload him to get something that they're going to take a cheaper deal.
Absolutely not.
No
way. The fact that there's a bidding war, there's multiple teams involved. There's no way, shape, or form they'd take something just to take something because they don't have to. It's just like we said, he's not a free agent. It's not like they have to take something.
No, they don't.
Because theoretically, you do it again. You could try it. If you don't get what you want this year, do it again next year.
Like what we talked about. This trade's going to get us something. They're not going to go down like the rest of the trades.
That's what I'm hoping.
And the no-hitter gives him validity. I mean, come on. He's still got it. If you can throw a no-hitter like he threw one. Wasn't like he just got, great catches all over the place.
And he was in the 95s.
Right. A whole game.
Consistently.
He threw 96 in the ninth.
Yeah. Well, so if you're capable of that means you're capable of still being the pitcher that you are or were 4 or 5 years ago. And if you look at Hamels' record, they haven't hit for him in a couple years.
Yeah, his career more like.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what? I
remember.
Even the winning years.
Yes.
They didn't hit much for him. And the fact that he throws a no-hitter and the only reason he wins this game is because Howard hits a home run in what was it, the 3rd inning or something? 2nd or 3rd inning, he hits a home run. And that was it. End of story. No more runs.
On Saturday? Didn't they score like 7 runs?
Was it 7 runs on Saturday?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, Franco homered too.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm sorry. Franco homered in the beginning. I forgot about that. And then Howard homered later on. That's how that went down, right? But still wasn't a lot of hits in that game. Either way you look at it. But like you said, it's by Thursday will he be gone? Only if the deal's right. I mean, if a team's smart and they need a pitcher like that, they need an ace. Don't make the deal right. They'll give up some players. I mean, who just made Kudo? What's his name? Cueto went to my boys. They made a smart move.
That was big. I think
it's huge for them because they just lost Vargas for the season. Not that Vargas was that great, but he was he was a starting pitcher. Now I got to start looking at KC again, man. It's starting to, they're starting to, my Jones team right now is Toronto. They are scoring outrageously all over the place.
Please pick up somebody in Toronto. Pick up the phone and take Papelbon, please, please. I'll take a minor league catcher in a suitcase.
I'm wondering why Papelbon's not going already. I guess the deal is
it's because it's probably because of what's left on his contract. If somebody, we're getting to the point where you sit there and maybe eat something just to get rid of him now, because he's just gonna look. We got a lot of good, well, not a lot, but we have good players like Franco and stuff that what do you call it? Nolan that just pitched Nola, sorry, that pitched a good game the other day. I don't want the negativity of a bitchy Papelbon and a shitty Papelbon.
Shitty Papelbon.
Yeah, shitty Papelbon.
That's what that's what they're saying. The reason he hasn't gone anywhere, people are so turned off by him,
by his attitude and personality. Yep.
I mean, I see nothing. He wants to win. I don't see anything wrong with that. No. But other teams just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, well, his track record. I mean, even in Boston when he won, he was Papelbon. Not for him. He's got to go. Just it doesn't matter when, where. Just get rid of him. He's no good for the team. He's useless here anyway. Totally useless.
Especially considering you have somebody that can just fill in like Giles.
Yeah, I'm not. The closer job. Okay, whatever.
I mean, you're not going to need one, so the pressure won't be on. Yeah. And that's the good thing about it, because right now you really don't need a closer for this team. So if you get rid of Papelbon, Giles can evolve into that role over 2 years without the pressure and just take it, and then eventually be your closer in 2 years. To me, it's that's a win situation there.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, Giles has every making of a closer.
Yes,
100 miles an hour, hard. You say hard thrower, accurate, young. Cheap,
and
that's the main thing.
At least for another 3 years.
Closers, at least, yeah.
Closers
are, like I said, they're the most. If you spend $1 on a closer, you're an absolute moron. I think it's the stupidest investment in sports is buying a closer.
I think yeah, me too. I think the whole idea of a pitcher that throws 1 inning, and gets all the accolades does when he wins a game, like he throws 6-7 pitches, Go back in the day when baseball was baseball. Closers were, the Tug McGraw type of closer, or I can't off the top of my head. They come in the 7th inning. You pitch the 7th, 8th, 8th, and 9th. At least 2 innings.
At least 2 innings.
At least 2 innings. Yeah. Well, now come on, we're in the age of pitch counting and everything, which is, to me, I think it's ridiculous. You got a pitcher, you go out there, you talk to him, you see, hey, how you doing? You doing okay? You know, go out to Steve Carlton and say, Steve, you threw 104 pitches. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Get the frick back in the dugout. You know what I mean?
I think it's more to the fact that probably over the years, you weren't getting the truth out of some of your pitchers.
I'm trying to figure out when did pitch count come into play? I can't.
10 years ago.
Was it the Kurt Schilling years? Was he in the pitch counts? Was that?
No, he's too deep.
Let's go to the phone. See who's got something up to say. Sports Goombahs, welcome to the show. Yo.
What do you mean spend $1 on a closer? You going to tell me that we won a World Series without Brad Lidge?
I can tell you many teams that won World Series with no-name closers.
You don't have to spend $1 on a closer. Who's calling? State your name.
Oh, Chef Andre here.
Oh, yeah, Chef Andre's back. He must be on the early schedule. What's going on, man?
Not at all, but Brad Lidge, I think, is the reason why we won the World Series.
I don't think Brad Lidge is not the reason we won the World Series.
Perfect 42-0.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the season. That's not the reason we won the World Series. 42-0. I mean, come on. He was a closer, but it wasn't the reason we won every game. He closed games. He closed games when the pitchers who got him there. If we didn't have
and at the 9th inning, you knew who to give the ball to. It was a no-brainer.
Because that's what his position was. It was no brain. If you go back to the no brain, you can go back to the 1993 Phillies when they no brained it. That they did the old no brain thing, and what happened to them. So it's a hit or miss on that thing. To me, to spend millions on a closer is ridiculous. It really is.
Are Ken Giles' numbers right now any different than any other closer? And he's making $500,000.
Right.
And the reason you can't move Papelbon is he's making $12 million.
He hasn't had a great season yet.
He's
having one.
He's going to change his decimal point.
It will, and then we'll move his ass too.
Yeah, but you're not going to change his decimal point for another 3 to 4 years. Is our point. is
but we're not contenders for another 3-4 years.
exactly. So why go? That's why we're trying to unload Papelbon. You don't want to get stuck in a situation like they are now. You agree that the Phillies are in a bad position because they gave out too much money to too many people for not enough return, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so why would you want to go out and buy another closer or justify? You're trying to justify that you spent money, but you've already disagreed with the fact that it was worth it.
Well, they're not going to spend money now for a closer, but they will in 3-4 years.
It's never paid off.
It's never, I mean, we only got 1 year out of Lidge, one quality year. One quality year. Remember, he's here for 3 more years.
Remember, outside of 08, man, he wasn't very good.
Even with the Astros.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah,
he had a mental breakdown when Pujols went deep off him. And the year out, I think we ran him out of town a year after the World Series.
That's what we do.
He went Pujols in his pants. That's what happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Lidge lost it quick.
Eric Gagne. I mean, every big name closer that goes somewhere. I mean, you could go down the list, and they're not this. They're not.
I'm trying to think who's been the best Trevor Hoffman.
Other than Rivera and Hoffman, they didn't go anywhere. They were the same team for their whole careers. They weren't big signings. Big signings don't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's why you have a $12.5 million closer that you physically can't give away.
It's
not because of his talent, obviously. It's because of the money.
The only closer I can remember that was worth anything was the most valuable was Schmaltz. When he closed for, when he closed for 2 years, he was a starter for Atlanta. Then he went to a close for Atlanta, and then he went back to starter, I think. And that's that's to me, Hey, turn off your radio, man. Getting feedback here.
It's not us.
Yeah. I don't know. Once again, the closer is it's a made up position. It became a fashionable position in the late 80s.
Pitches now.
Well,
they count pitches now, and if you're at 100 the first 2 quarters of the game, the year, then you're out.
I hate the pitch count. The pitch count.
The game that you win in May is just as important as the game you win in July.
I think the pitch count might trump the shootout in hockey as far as shit I hate in sports. You know what I mean? And I can't, Charlie Manuel lived by it too. I remember in the day, Charlie Manuel when he got to his number, he didn't care what he's pulling his pitcher, going by the cards. I don't know when that started. I'm trying to think. To us, it started here in Philly because that's what we heard about it. But I'm trying to think what started the pitch. There's got to be a coach out there, a manager out there who instilled the pitch count.
He was by the 100 pitch count. Once a pitcher was at 100 pitches, he took them out.
Yeah. Why 100? Why was it 100? Because it's a round number? Why not 80? Why not 102? Why not 120? Why 100? Is that the contract has? Is that what these guys are putting in their contract? Are they only allowed to go a certain amount of pitches? I mean, I know they're trying to preserve the pitcher as long as they can for the type of money they're getting paid. Because back in the day, they didn't get this kind of cash to be a pitcher. You didn't get this kind of cash to work 1 out of every 5 days.
Yeah, well, it used to be a pitcher had X number of strikeouts, you got a bonus.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a lot of pitches, you can't get those strikeouts.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't know.
No. I'm thinking about it too. Remember when your contracts were a lot incentive laden too. So if you could get more strikeouts and more pitches, you got more money.
They're not.
They used to be. No, they used to be. And that's it could be another reason. I'm not saying it's the right reason, but it could be a reason why you get people that cut it down now. Get him out before he gets too much money. You never know.
Yeah, it's another thing. Yeah, once again, the bottom line here is it's all around money. Regardless of anything's done here, it's around money. And anybody doesn't think that's true and has anything to do with athletes and towns, they're entertainers. And you want to preserve your entertainer, then you got to pull them out at certain times so you can have them for more years. Drain whatever you can out of your players. That's the deal. For that kind of money, you're paying a guy $5 million. You get to do whatever you want with him. You get to pull him out, put him in, whatever. That's the way it's going to go. You want to preserve your pitcher, you go 60 pitches and you're out, and we'll see you next week. Because you got
to deal with egos. The pitchers get the biggest egos in the world.
Yeah, but that's stop because they know starting pitchers know now that they got middle relief, okay, which is something as kids growing up we didn't even hear. Nobody knew what a middle relief was. We never heard that before. It was the starter and the closer. That's how it was. Your starter got in trouble in the 5th or 6th. Another pitcher came in. We didn't call it middle relief. We didn't have a crew set up for middle relief. We had the next guy ready to go. Remember, as a kid, we used to say, who's in the bullpen? And you didn't know who they were going to put up. Now you know exactly before the game starts who's going to be coming into these games prior to the game starting. And they have pitchers scratched now because he pitched yesterday or the day before. right? A Papa Bond can't go. He threw 3 pitches last night. He can't go tonight.
He's not available.
He's not available.
You
right.
can't. You can't scratch. This is not hockey, but you know,
protecting your investment.
And I agree. And that's exactly what it is. Back in the day, you didn't have to protect the pitchers. Didn't get that kind of cash. They weren't getting the millions of dollars.
Look, if they did,
that kind of thing happens. That kind of thing happens when you have 4 years left in their deal. Look at when you have 1 year left, and they know you're not bringing it back. Look at DeMarco Murray.
Yeah,
460 carries. They say screw it, run in the ground. But if you know that you need this person long term and you're invested in financially long term, you're more likely to be okay. Well, maybe we'll dial back a little bit. Hey,
Andre, I got a question for you. I'm going to have a little segment later on. So I have you on the phone now. We're going to have a little segment on who's winning the Super Bowl this year outright. I don't want to hear about who's playing where. If you had to pick it right now, who would you say would win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm going with the Eagles.
You got to get your heart out of this shit, man. You know what I mean, dude? Yeah, you pick like you putt. Hey, man.
Hey, how's your game doing there, Cashy?
Yeah, pretty bad.
He putts from the rough.
I tell you, when I got home yesterday, I went to the backyard. I was hitting everything: the trees, the bird, the dog, everything. I just, I hit a couple windows too. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You guys make me nervous out there. Appreciate the invite, though. Hey, you have a good night, man. Talk to you soon. Later. You can say we had a little golf game yesterday. It was pathetic. So good in the backyard. I'm hitting everything. I hit Vic on the run. She runs out there. I chip that thing up. Get on that course, man. Something happens.
It's funny that of all things that Brad Lidge gets brought up because he's a prime example of why you don't give the money to them.
Right. Because
he had that perfect year, an amazing year, best year you could ask for. Obviously, he was perfect. They signed him to at the time it was the largest contract in relief pitcher history. You know what his numbers were the next year? 0-8 with a 7.21 ERA.
Remember that run?
He couldn't get anybody out. I mean, you're committed $12 million a year to this guy. It just doesn't pan out.
And that's the whole thing about money and everything. I mean, these guys, they have their years, they get paid their bucks, and it's their money, and the distractions come in, and before you know, you're spending, you're doing, and before you know, baseball becomes a secondary thing to you. You know what I mean? Not that it's secondary, it's your job, but there's other things that go along with that big chunk of cash you just got.
See, I think the way we do contracts is ridiculous. I would like to see, and it's never going to happen. The better you perform, the more money you make. Let's just build it into like that. You get a base salary, and then, hey, if you hit 300 for the season, you get this.
Well, they do have that. The problem is their base salary is $25 million.
No, I'm telling you, make it like almost generic across the board. I know you can't do that because, some of the guys won't just make the money. Then, if you put it like that,
I see no problem with the way it is now. It's all up to the GMs to be smart. You don't pay for what you did; you pay for what you're going to do.
Yeah. That's exactly how it should be. And it's not going to, because that's just not how it works. But if the
smart ones do it that way.
They try to, at least, to get the incentive contracts. And what you're seeing now is the younger kids are playing good ball, and the teams that have the young kids are winning. Where the veterans are getting all the bucks are now trying to preserve themselves because they have contracts, they got futures, I talk about this all the time. The distractions that happen to a guy who just got a $5 million contract, a $10 million. Well, I don't know. I'm way off. Maybe $100 million contract. 30 years old. Oh, he's playing baseball. Think when we were 30. What was going through what we wanted, all the things outside of our job with all that money coming. The distractions become the downfall of your game. And you get it when you're in your 30s, 28, 29, 30, because that's when you peak in sports. And most of those guys who get the money at that time, very rarely you see them winning the championships on their own. It's usually younger guys that do it. You just go back to the Phillies, the 2008 team. I mean, they won it with young kids who were hungry. Look at the Kansas City Royals right now. Although now they're starting to bring in some people in there, which worries me. It's what Oakland did last year. They had a nice run, and all of a sudden they started bringing in vets in there.
Well, Oakland did it because they thought they were stacking up.
Yeah.
KC is doing it because they're filling holes. It's a different story.
Yeah.
It's a different blend.
Yeah, but
it's a hunger thing.
KC came, 90 feet from winning a World Series.
And they won't be 90 feet this year. They'll win this thing unless there's a meltdown on that team, because they're there. They're where they should be. The only team that could beat them is their crosstown rivals. I think St. Louis
Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. Yeah. The only better team that I think in the league right now. That would.
I would love to see that. That would be a good
that's
series.
Going to be the series. I don't see how it cannot be unless KC melts down. Because I know in the other than Los Angeles and Washington, I don't know what's wrong with Washington. You like them, you don't like them. They play well. I don't know. I don't see it. They got hyped up at the beginning of the year to be the team. I don't think they're there this year.
And then what? What have you heard since?
Nothing.
Not a lot.
It's just not a lot.
It's just mediocrity.
They
It's
screw
just
the
happen to be
pitching
the
staff
best.
up all the time. That's what they do.
And you happen to be the best in the East, and
What
that's
series-
not
what
saying
series-
anything
Scherzer
anymore.
having a year this year. I don't really follow him.
Scherzer?
Is he having
He's
a
the
year?
best
Yeah.
pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, well, I know he's the best pitcher in baseball, but is he having that year? Is he like?
I wouldn't call him best pitcher in baseball if he wasn't having that
Well,
year.
Bull. I'm talking. He's the best pitcher in baseball because of last year, this year, and probably
No.
next year too.
No, because if I'm getting one pitcher, one star, I'm going Clayton Kershaw. But he's not having a better. Scherzer's having a better year.
You would take. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. Come to think of it, Dodgers got a good pitching staff. They're another team, but I don't know. Their hitting is. I don't know. They're
How
up
about
and down.
how about the rumors that were going around all last week of Hamels for Puig straight up?
Yeah. What's wrong with
They
Puig?
crushed
What
that.
happened to him, man?
There wasn't even a chance in hell.
Is he a mental
that
case?
happened. He's been sort of ahead case, but
He had a good year last year, right? Came up there, whacked the ball all over the place.
he's been great since he got called up.
Yep.
Well, the big rumor is Texas. That's
What rumor? I mean, what are they talking about? We just talking about prospects, or are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all
prospect. They got a
there's
really
nothing-
good.
yeah, it better be some prospects.
There's
like-
no reason to take anything else back but prospects.
Yeah. They got a really good catcher that they're. That's I think the deal on the table is. I want to say they're 2 and 3 prospects, number 2 and number 3 prospects, center fielder and a catcher, I do believe. But
There you go.
hey, but the point being that, like, all right, what do? You need a good game caller. And if that catcher's a good game caller, you make that deal in a heartbeat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because then you have a nice. The point being, the most rare thing in baseball, I think, is a catcher that can control your team for a good 6-7 years. You
Yep.
don't see it anymore, and the teams that you do see it are usually the teams that generally do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
No,
look
I
at-
mean
look
the
at
point.
the Cardinals, man.
Think of the best catchers in the past 10 years.
Yep.
If you ask me who 5 of the best, you're going to say Posey, you're going to say Yadier, you're going to say Posada, you're going to say Varitek. Every one of those teams has a World Series.
Yep.
All 4 of them. So
And I'm going to throw Louise in there too.
Yep,
I
true,
mean, he's not.
true.
No,
He's,
I won't.
Well, that's
Calling
in
a
that
game
crowd.
and being a hitter are two different things.
He's I do. I think at his time in 07 and
You
08.
don't get to call for no
a good
hitters.
year does not count as
No,
having-
I'm saying
no. I'm
Yeah.
talking. He said he had an 07, but no, he's not.
07 and
he's not in
08,
the same
09.
realm as those guys.
He had even in 11. Not in the hitting department, that's for sure.
I don't care
Yeah.
how good of a game you can call.
He doesn't
To be a
have. He doesn't
complete
have
player,
the
you
arm.
got to go to hit.
You don't have the arm those guys had. He hadn't that capability of throwing guys out. But as far as controlling a game, I mean, he is what he is. He's got a World Series ring. He's got.
I'm not
no
taking anything
hitters.
away from Ruiz, but he's not on their level in the past. If you're talking about best catches of the past 10 years, he's not on their level, not remotely. He can't be.
He's up there. He might be the
Did he
best
make?
10,
Did
but
he
he
make
starts.
a
He
single
might be
All-Star game?
10.
Yeah,
he
he
make-
made the All-Star
He
game.
made like one. What?
He made the World Series year All-Star game.
Okay, he made one All-Star game in 10 years.
No, check that, man. I don't know. I'm not really sure how many All-Star games he made.
He might have had 2, maybe 2.
Yeah, well, I remember him missing spots because of Merlina and
One
a
All-Star
couple
game.
of them. Yeah.
One All-Star game.
Yeah, I think Yadamir was injured that year. I think that's why he made it. Wasn't he put in because he was
The guy
injured? I
is
think?
always hurt.
Yeah. He's better than most, even when he is
Like,
hurt.
can he call a good game? Obviously, 4 no hitters. Yes, he can
Yes.
call a game. No one's out on that, but he's not a complete.
Well, the pitchers that we've had in the past 5 years, and the pitchers that we have said that that they like. He's the guy.
Here's your Ruiz fun fact of the day. He's the only catcher in National League history to catch 4 no hitters.
There you go. That's a fun fact.
National League's been around since 1850.
Right.
So
That's
So
all.
he's
That's
in the hall.
in the hall now.
He's in the hall regardless, man. Well, I think you're in the hall regardless when you're in a no-hitter package, right? Don't they have or something?
They put
there?
your stuff there. They make your
Yeah.
little shrine in a
You know,
box.
You get a shrine in a box, man.
He's got 4 of them now.
Yeah, that's not a lot of guys can say that. That's for sure, right?
only 2 ever.
Yeah. Who's
Who's
in the
the other
American
one?
League?
I just named him about 5 minutes ago. Who was it?
I don't know.
Varitek.
Varitek.
Yeah.
I thought he had 3. That's
was
weird.
Varitek. Did he do the same pitcher? Louise probably only want to do the same pitcher, right? Pretty much.
I don't know.
That
Yeah,
doesn't happen
2.
too often.
2 and 2, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Hamels.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah,
Hamels
exactly.
6.
Right.
Wow.
Think about it. I've seen every no hitter the Phillies have had, except for the Jim Bunning one.
Really?
Yep. Like I stumbled on the Mulholland one. Mulholland one was done, or was it the green? I forget it was green or Mulholland was done in the afternoon in Montreal when no one watched the game.
That was green.
That was green.
Tommy Green.
I sat at a bar at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I sat in a bar. We just sitting there. The guy on the bar, we were sitting there, was watching the game, having a couple drinks, whatever, lunch, and the game was on. We just watched. We stumbled right into it, and that set Mulholland's forward too. That became his. He became a better pitcher.
Was green.
After that.
That was.
I'm
green
sorry, green.
Green.
Yeah. He became. He was put on the map there, and he went. That was before the '93 season. I think it was a 91. I think it was.
I think it was 91.
Yeah, it was 91 because he was a part of that Phillies '93 team.
And for the record, Veritex no hitters. He called him. It was John Lester, Clay Buchholz, Derek Lowe, and how about this name? Hideo Nomo.
Hideo
Nomo.
About Nomo threw a no hitter.
A no for a no.
Here it is. Yeah, but it was fun to watch. I mean, it was exciting because especially ninth inning, because something's like you want it to happen. And it's great how Chicago wanted it to happen too. I mean, when you're watching a no hitter, and regardless of what city you're in, you're there. It's a no hitter, and there's a lot of Phillies fans out there.
It could possibly, if there's something I don't know. Is there something more exciting in sports to watch not happen? And that would be it. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. He's not something that watch not happen, right?
You're banking on somebody not hitting the damn ball,
right.
And you're like on the edge of your seat watching somebody. The reverse of what you want to see happen.
And the other side of it is you don't want your team no hit, so you're thinking, well, I want to see a no hitter, but I don't want
it to happen to me.
There's no excitement in the guy that's breaking it up, at all. There's no fanfare. The team isn't running out jumping on his head because he just broke up a no hitter. That's for sure.
Now this actually was just tweeted about a half hour ago. Jerry Krasnick, he's an ESPN guy, is reporting the Astros are making a late big time push for Hamels. The Astros.
That's a smart move for the Astros.
Is that one of the places he can block though?
I don't think he would.
Not that
team. I'm just saying.
I mean, if you're willing to go to Texas, I'm pretty sure you're willing to go.
You can't block Texas.
Well, no,
they take that hill out of center field there yet?
He has
They're supposed to cut that out, aren't they?
There were certain teams on the list
that he can, but I don't think you would say, let me go to Texas in last place and not.
Well, he wouldn't have a choice to go to Texas, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying I don't think he would block it. Obviously, I'm sure that was already hashed out beforehand. That's gonna you're not gonna agree to something. And then, by the way, Hamels goes out. No, never mind. And then, I talk about a team that has prospects. They got prospects for days. Maybe we can get a couple back that we handed them. For Oswald,
a couple of guys home. That would be benefit because at least you know what you're getting.
Who was the general manager back then? He was the ex-Philly one. Was giving us Wade. Yeah, Wade was giving us all those players back.
He was still. You sure he was the Astros GM or ours? Well, I don't know.
No, he was the Astros back then.
I know. That's what I mean. Though we
were
sure he wasn't on our team still.
We were working with the Astros a lot back then.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it now, going. We made. I remember making jokes that we were like ripping the Astros off at the time. So we thought, with all the trades. And here, Astros are the contenders now, and we're in the basement.
Yes, ebb and flow of baseball.
Now, I don't know if you plan on talking about it all when we get back, but we've seen now 2 starts of Aaron Nola. This dude's a real deal. He's the next Hamels.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Well, I always like to say that first year go by. We said that, about a couple other pitchers. Well, no, we actually really haven't said that lately.
Yeah, nobody's had the pedigree plus the performance through 2 stars. Again, it's only 2 starts, but when you're 2
I really like what I see.
Yeah, there's nothing not to like.
Yeah, he's got the poise too. Got a couple hits too.
There's been guys that we kind of anointed as being like the J.A. Haps and
Green,
Randy Wolf, and like guys that we're like, oh, this is our next guy, but no.
Duckworth.
Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, Brandon Duckworth. Matt like Madsen and all that. But like, this guy was a top 10 pick, flew through the minors, and through 2 starts has been lights out. So.
All right, let's take a break. Cashy King, Chef to Left, Mikey the Wall, Sports Goombahs, rock and roll here at the 515 Studios. We'll be right back.
BZI Group, Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
Hey, yo, Cassie, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guaranteed Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone number again?
215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
Need an electrician? Think about adding surveillance or security to your home? Call Beacon Systems at 215-400-1151. Ask for Big Joe and tell him the Sports Goombahs sent you. That's 215-400-1151. They're the #1 electric installer in the Delaware Valley. Guaranteed customer satisfaction. That's Beacon Systems at 215-400-1151.
Looking for insurance? Get the coverage you deserve at a cost you can afford. Call Stefano Terra, Farmers Insurance Agency, 215-987-3734. They specialize in life, auto, business, homeowners, and more. Call the agent you can count on. Stefano Terra's Farmers Insurance, 215-987-3734. Or stop in their Northeast location at 1120 Cobbin Avenue. That's Stefano Terra's.
Of NFL teams last year that had people stabbed in their stadium out in the West Coast style, right? So, I mean, if you're going to hate us because we threw a freaking snowball at Santa Claus
until there's a murder in a stadium, in one of our stadiums, you can't bring this up.
Yeah,
I would rather get thrown with, pelted with snowballs and get stabbed in a bathroom. Personally, that's just my preference.
Listen, I'm proud to be this. We've been hit with this bullshit since I've been born. I mean, I don't know when we weren't the worst fans. Regardless of what happens all over the United States in sport venues, we always get hit. And
it happened in 1968, though, Cashy.
It did. Who knows? Yeah, I'm not saying. Look, I hate that stuff more than anybody. For the most part.
Cash, it'd be like if you got caught picking your nose, you pissed your pants in 1968, and here we are in 2015, still bringing it up. You'd be like, all right, guys, get over it.
And some people getting it wrong too. Didn't I tweet you a little or text you a show I was watching? Somebody said something about you said it was the late night show for I forget what it was. It was after
I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah, and they said something about the snowballs. It was all wrong. It was like, a 1980 snowball thing. The guy was just trying to be funny because it came up. So I don't know. To me, to be the worst fans is because it was players that come here to this town. But I got to tell you this much: you come to this town and you do well, there's no other place you want to play.
Nope. Bottom
line, you're gold here. I mean, just like I've said it before, I look at Dick Vermeil. He didn't even play here. He coached a team that didn't win a Super Bowl, and he was a god here for years after. Billboards, Blue Cross, everywhere. If Dick Vermeil comes to Philadelphia, he's still a legend in this town.
If we're that bad, then how come I do believe we have one of the largest post-athletic living people around here? I mean, you look at all the old Flyers, they all live in the suburbs around here. You look at all a lot of ex-Phillies, they all still live around here.
Right.
A lot of Eagles too. I mean, they love it here. They fell in love with this city.
First of all, I understand what you're saying, but the Flyers is that's a different situation. That's a group of guys that they're here because of the group of guys that were here, not because of the fans. That team they hung out here. They were friends with each other. It was different than the city itself. What I'm talking about here is if you're an idiot like T.O. who came to Philadelphia and jerked around and could have been God in this town, signs that contract, worried about money, when all he had to do is endorse every big company in this city, show up there once a day to each one, would have made millions of dollars just being T.O. as a front man on the off season, just being places. Everybody in the world wanted this guy to do their ads. You see guys do car ads and stuff like that. Could you imagine T.O. when he was here? But he wasn't thinking like that because he's too busy trying to be some kind of actor superstar in this world instead of thinking about the money. He should have stayed. He had this town. He had thousands of people coming to the Eagles
practice facility
for nothing. They packed the joint for one player. Just to see him do his stuff. Yeah.
I was me and my dad went, my brother.
So you know what I mean?
Kids. I never went to before or after. Right. Never went to training camp at Eagles. I did it that year.
That was the biggest. That was the biggest professional screw up that I can think of in sports, where a guy had a city and his money wasn't even going to come from the NFL. It was going to come from everything else he did here, and he would have. He wins that Super Bowl. Forget about it. That Super Bowl would have been. He would have been able to leave this town. They would have done more for him than they did for Reggie White when Reggie White tried to leave or did leave. That's the deal.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that there's no better place if you play well than Philadelphia, because I think there are better fans, and I think if you win and you're a top guy in Boston, I would rather be a top guy in Boston than Philadelphia. I would. I just think their fans. I don't want to say they like you more, or they're not as like we turn our backs on
cutthroat.
We turn our backs on our guys so quickly to where it doesn't happen in Boston
because we're fueled by our media in this town. Our media,
because we're stupid. We're sheep.
It's not that. It's not. We have our sports talk was second to none in this country for the past 20 years until what they've done to it lately. They ruined it. They made it into stupidity, stupid drive time bullshit. You can't even listen to sports talk in this town anymore unless you're listening to us. That's about it. And I'm not just I'd rather listen to us. I listen to our replays than have to listen to what goes on in this town. But so many players have been pushed out of this town by the media themselves.
Oh yeah,
and they can't. And you look at and you watch Chip Kelly do his thing. They're never pushing him out. He ain't leaving unless he loses or wants to leave.
But they all hate him because he won't bite. They all. I mean,
this is why I don't agree with what you're saying. I don't think the media makes fans think a certain way.
I don't think they do. But I think
it's persuasive, man. They definitely are.
I don't think so.
I look at it like this.
They like who they like. They don't like who they don't like. That has nothing to do with the media telling them.
But I understand what you're saying. But
I mean, if you listen to any of these radio stations, they're telling you don't like Chase Utley. Why do we keep giving him a pass? Why is Utley untouchable? He's not.
Okay.
And the fans are saying, because we love him.
Yeah, that's one player, one situation. But there's been many more throughout the years that this town has beat up through the actual media themselves.
It's and that situation, I'll look at that guy won us something, and and the fans got
you win in this town, you write your ticket,
and that's
I
what
agree. Yeah, and there are certain people where like. Turn out if Pat Burrell walks into any bar or any restaurant,
I'm buying him a drink
for the rest of his life.
I will buy him.
He doesn't even need his wallet.
Nope,
he doesn't need his wallet because Pat Burrell is and like I said, he wasn't some Hall of Fame superstar, but he got it while he was here. Yeah, we booed him and for years
and he
we
took
booed
it.
him,
and he never bitched because he knew. Okay, next bat I could
so much goddamn money.
Yeah, well, not only that, he knows one swing of the bat. And in one situation in a game, I'm back on top again.
Yeah,
because that's how we were. We expected 100% of everything from everybody, and that's all it was.
And there's plenty of guys that will end up. I don't, for some reason, I don't know why. I don't think Donovan will ever get to that point.
No.
He
turned his back on us.
But I'm saying, but there are
drunken bump.
But think about what Burrell did. I mean, Burrell didn't ask to leave, but Burrell left and won a World Series.
Again.
So it's like. And normally in Philadelphia, like that makes all right. We hate you. You're done. You're done with us.
Dalton,
you were happy to see him
again.
again.
Same thing. Dalton lost here and then won in Florida.
Yeah, and he's. But I think it'll come to. There's certain guys who I think that eventually they can come back and will. Like I think Rollins. I truly believe Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Years later,
he'll be retired here. Yeah.
Years later, when he comes, I don't think he's no. I mean, I think he'll stay in California.
No, I mean he'll be his number will be retired here.
Yeah.
There'll be a ceremony.
That's just the team. I mean, the Eagles retired McNabb's number or in May, but we still don't like him.
That was a mistake.
But I'm saying is Ron's will come. He can come back in 5-10 years, and he'll get a standing ovation. And, and that's something I mean, McNabb kind of got like a half and half type thing when he came here.
McNabb. First of all, that was a forced thing. I don't know why the Eagles did that, and the way they did it was so ridiculous. It was like they forced that onto us. You don't do that type of thing. The climate of the city, what they thought of McNabb. You had half and halves here. I mean, I didn't like McNabb at all. I didn't like his ability to play quarterback. But he won football games. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think he could have done a whole lot better. I think the man should have had 4 Super Bowl rings.
And that usually will get you the pass. They usually,
at least 3. Yeah.
They usually get you the pass to where we'll go. Okay, but he did perform for us. But I see with Nag, I don't see that ever happening.
Yeah,
I don't see it happening with Nag.
He just blew it at the end there, man.
Another guy that I truly believe in 10 years that we'll come to love and really appreciate is Ryan Howard. I think he'll get the same. Like right now, we would pay somebody. Literally, we will literally pay somebody. To
you know why? Because it's like that.
And again, you said because maybe it's because they won.
Yeah, and also to the point where you just want to cut it and be done. You want to start over, and at some point, as people, we need to cut ties and start over. You can't it's like we all had those girlfriends. All right, it's done.
Yeah,
you can't move on and fall in love with the girlfriend hanging around.
That's not Howard's money thing, man. There's cash here, man. That they got there's titles. That's why he's gone already.
Oh, I know that
contract. He's out the door already.
But it's not like what I'm saying is it's not like we don't love.
But that's the reason for the fans to resent you because you're not performing, and we know how much you're making.
Well, but now you look at that kind of thing, you think, well, he should never been paid that money anyway.
He should have. He deserved it.
No, but I'm saying
he deserved it.
What I should really put it like this: he deserved it. But what I've been talking about for a while now, he got to that point to deserve it. Now he can't play like he should be with that money. And you saw that happening to him towards the end, like the 2011, 2012, the swings and the misses were happening way too often. His power was gone. He's getting injured and that kind of thing. And so when he got that 12, what was it, 25 million?
Yeah, 25 a year. 25
when he got that, he had one decent year after that, and that was it. And it was the end of the story for him. And you make that mistake and you live by it. But like I said in the beginning, when it comes to this town and to call us what the worst fans in America, regardless of what sport you're talking about, the bottom line is in this town, if you win here, regardless of whoever you are, once you win that title, because we have so many titles far and few between here that when you do get one, it's special.
I mean, to say we're the worst fans, we're not even the most obnoxious. I wouldn't even say that's the reason. I don't know how we could be the worst.
Go to Cleveland, see what they got.
Yeah, because like you said, I mean, there's Brian Dawkins, another guy. We'll never have to buy a drink or an item of food in his entire life.
And he played somewhere else.
Yeah, he went somewhere else. But I'm trying to think of who else won a title within the past couple of years. Well,
we don't have any titles.
No, I'm not saying us, but I'm saying elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Like, all right, if Vinny LeCavier walks into a bar in Tampa, pretty sure he's probably still going to pick up his own check.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's Tampa. Tampa.
Exactly, that's my
they don't
point.
remember winning it.
That's my point.
Cup.
Like
right.
they there's other places that are just they don't care.
What makes this town so unique is that we're a big city with all 4 sports teams who just can't seem to put together many championships. As long as we've had sports teams in this town, we're a major city when it comes to sports. Yet we have a handful of titles. Can we fill 2 hands with titles?
No, we have 9.
We have 9 titles. That's unbelievable.
Well, technically, yeah.
Boston, they need a bag.
Thumbs.
They need a bag for their title. New York needs a bag for their title. Chicago, forget about, and go down. Just go down to the west, and San Francisco with their football and baseball titles. Dodgers are kind of laid off for a while. They have NHL Stanley Cups in the past 5 years. They have 2 of them.
2 of them.
2 of them, and the basketball titles are all over the place.
LA, yeah, you know what? The LA's still going to fill it up because you got to, if you include the Brooklyn Dodgers stuff.
Well, no,
LA Dodgers.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about teams that they have. Every 10 years they got 2 or 3 titles or one of the other sports. Where this team, to win a title is unique. You know what I mean? Basketball title in this town, you have one.
Mm-hmm.
You have one in 40 years, 50 years. Hockey. It's now we become the Rangers. Whatever the Rangers couldn't win in 40 years. Now the Flyers haven't had a Stanley Cup victory in over 40 years. The Phillies, team, one of the oldest teams in sports, has got 3 World Series wins. That's it, just 3. And you go to the football team. They've never won. They won 1 championship
Before the Super Bowl.
Before the Super Bowl, and that's. They've gotten there, and there's some teams that haven't gotten there. If you look at the Cleveland Browns,
won 3.
Cleveland
Eagles
won 3 Super Bowls.
No, they won 3 championships before the Super Bowl.
They won 60 and 40.
They won 3. I know that.
They did.
They won 3. Yeah.
I know in the 40s they might have won
50.
I'm not. Don't ask me the years.
55.
I have no clue.
1960 they won.
But I know they won. I know for a fact they won 3.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, they won 3, and it's 2, and 2 for Sixers, Phillies, and
yeah. No, Sixers were more than 2. Sixers lost 3 NBA titles.
4 losing.
Wins. Yeah, one. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The 2 NBA there, the Will Chamberlain one and the Dr. J one, right? Exactly. So,
but I mean, even look at other. Even though Detroit's gone to hell, but I mean that Pistons team, I'm pretty sure. I mean, granted, we're not in touch with the Detroit sports scene, but I don't see them making big fusses over Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince.
You're exactly right. You make the point, right? And this town, uniquely, that happens here.
Yeah.
Only because we don't win too many. So when you do win one, you become part of our history, and it's like right there.
Even if the caller, Bradley, I could probably I don't know if Lidge has ever been to the city ever since he left.
I'll buy him a drink.
But
just one.
No, you gotta tip your cap to Lidge. You gotta pick the tab up on that one.
He gets some vodka and orange juice. That's it. Everything else he's got to pay for.
What's on special? All right, you get him that.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, what's more important than this kind of stuff?
I can think of one thing.
I can only think of one thing. Oh.
Now the Wall Report.
It's like music to my ears.
Sing it, baby.
Yes, it is that time. It is the Wall Report, everybody's favorite segment. Mine, both of yours and the viewers, of course. We're going to kick things off with a little bit of LeBron. We haven't heard from LeBron since the season ended, but I don't know if you remember. I'm pretty sure I'm assuming I mentioned it on the Wall Report when the old LeBron penis gate, when he flopped his junk out.
Ooh.
You don't remember this?
Recently?
Yeah, game 6 of the NBA Finals. How did you guys don't remember? All right, well,
flopped his junk out.
Yeah, it was pregame warm-ups. He was adjusting his waistband, and his cameras were right there next to him, and then he adjusted it too far. Oh, it was all over. It was like headline news.
How did I miss that?
Because you probably don't watch much NBA.
Probably no. Let's go with I don't watch LeBron's junk.
You don't have to watch it. I didn't watch it.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, the FCC did get some complaints about this.
Really?
Yeah, they released their report from that from that month. They got 5 reports. And these are honest to God reports. I'm gonna paraphrase some of them. One of the complaints they got was LeBron James showing his D on national television completely ruined my Tinder date. It made him late for a laser tag because him and the girl he was going on a date with had to rewind it so many times to see if it actually was his junk. That's an actual thing that was said. I'm shocked and appalled. I don't want my kids to looking at male genitalia on broadcast television. I'm okay with female mammary glands, but not no penises, please. These are actual reports that the FCC had to release. So people were there was only 5 people who were appalled by LeBron's his junk on television.
Everybody else was just like, wow.
Everybody else was cool with it.
LeBron's junk.
Other than that, on the more positive and less penis related issue, Warner Brothers and LeBron's production company announced a partnership, leading to the speculation that Space Jam 2 could be in theaters sooner than we think it is. I know you guys will check that one out.
What, LeBron's going to be Space Jam?
That's just the rumors, because he has a production company, and
I'm telling you,
they signed with Warner Brothers to produce movies and television shows.
He's going all Hollywood now. His basketball tenure, I get 3 or 4 more years the most. He's done. He's in Hollywood.
That's true.
I think so.
Gilbert Arenas, former NBA player, he was banned from a basketball game at the Orange County Fair, and I mean, like the game to win prizes. He won too many prizes. He posted a photo. He got banned. He was asked that he couldn't play anymore, and he has a picture of him. He's just got stuffed animals as far as the eye can see. So apparently, Arenas still got it. He still got it.
He knows that. What, the basketball shoot?
Yeah, the little basketball shoot game
with the bad rims, right?
I think it's like the long one with like the oval rims.
The oval rims, right?
But apparently, he's still got a stroke. LaShawn McCoy, I don't know if you heard about his party he was having. He put out on Instagram he was having a party. It was for females only, which is the creepiest invite ever.
Let me tell you something.
Bill
Chip Kelly was so
party.
smart getting rid of this clown.
Yeah, it's
so smart.
It's making Chip look pretty good. So
yeah.
McCoy put out a thing on Instagram. It was a females only party at his house. Only girls were allowed to come. And he got a lot of bad press from that. People were like, come on, like apparently Rex Ryan did tell him, like, hey man, you can't do that.
You can't. No, it was because he had the Bills logo in the background.
No, Rex wasn't.
Yeah, NFL. It wasn't that. The NFL told him he couldn't do that.
No, but rumor was that Rex told him, like, dude, this isn't probably not a good look.
Probably not a good look.
but
unless I'm invited to.
So McCoy did put out a new advertisement for his new party, and I'll just take a second to read off the invite. It's called a Back to Business Party featuring DJ Donald Trump on the ones and twos. Special guests include Rex Ryan, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's going to be there apparently. Roger Goodell, Barack Obama, Oprah, Carly Lloyd will be there, and also the terrible waiter he got from the burger joint is going to be there. Don't bring your ID because there won't be any alcohol. Open smoothie bar all night. Don't worry about the confidentiality agreement. Oh, 'cause that's another thing. He made everybody sign confidentiality agreement. So women only, but you can't talk about what happens. That's creepy.
That's the only creepy part of this, huh?
No, this is the original party. The original party.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing it here, and it says except Hulk Hogan, he can't come.
The thunder, man. I'm in the middle of reading it.
That's awesome.
Hulk Hogan can't come. Anyway, so speaking of Hulk Hogan, that was my next one. He went on a racial rant on his at the tail end of his sex tape. Although I can't imagine who was. You already watched Hulk Hogan have sex, all right? Who stuck around to watch the post show? Apparently,
Hogan's got a sex tape out.
Yeah, man.
This is like his third one too.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Who's he banging?
I don't know.
Anything good?
I think it's like I don't even know. It's like I have no idea who it was. I don't care to know, but yeah, he went on a racial tirade about how he doesn't want his daughter dating those certain type of people.
That was a while ago though. That went on.
Yeah, but this is just released. This is just released.
I heard it on. That was big on Stern about 2 years ago.
No, this didn't happen 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, another incident happened 2 years ago.
No, he said the N-word in an interview, but it wasn't in a negative way. He was saying how he always called all the black wrestlers his ends, because he got like a free pass. I heard that one, but no, this is brand new because the second it got out, WWE completely excommunicated him. He fired him, took him off the TV shows. They pulled all of his things off the WWE network. They pulled his name off of the website. He hasn't. If you go to WWE, he never existed.
Yeah, I'll tell you what is the most disturbing thing about this whole thing. Nobody's even caught on to it.
The fact that Hulk Hogan has a sex tape.
Yeah, and at the fact at the end he's talking about his daughter.
Yeah, he talks about his daughter. That's a weird.
Creepy.
That's a weird.
I'm telling you, there was a situation with him and his daughter 2 years ago with somebody she was dating, and it was on that audio thing. I remember it.
Well, he definitely didn't use the N-word because WWE would never hire him for that. They would have fired him 2 years ago. Because as soon as this got out, he got fired immediately.
Well, let me tell you something about that. 2, 3 years ago, I'm not 100% sure. That was, I don't know. They weren't firing because of that now. Now it's a little more, it's even more
No, not WWE.
No.
WWE is so.
They will protect their
I
image.
would
So
okay, go. You can go on.
A couple of wall reports ago, I reported on Junior Gillette, Saints linebacker, and his beach brawl, beating up women with a belt.
Yep.
What got out, a couple of weeks ago, and the Saints, they finally cut him. After getting cut, he went nuts on Twitter. He doesn't have one, but he was using his girlfriend's. He made such claims as let's see here. Sean Payton is addicted to Molly and pills and alcohol. He shows up to team facilities under the influence on numerous occasions. He said Marcus Colson's washed up. He accused Streif, some lineman, his wife, of cheating on him with another guy. There's a whole list of all things. He just went nuts on every single teammate, player, coach.
Is he right?
I don't know. And he's apparently he's gonna be signing with the Buccaneers, is the rumor. I mean, why would you want that after this? Like, so no,
it's Tampa Bay.
We cut you, and next thing you're gonna blast our coaches and our players. And
well, that's
like you said, it's Tampa Bay. Doesn't really matter what they do. The Arena Football League's Jacksonville Sharks blew out the Tampa Bay Storm 63-16. That wasn't the story. The story was a touchdown celebration. Jacksonville scored a touchdown. Keep in mind, they're already up by about 45 points. He scored a touchdown, and a lineman and the receiver caught it. Do a full homage to the Rock. He gives him the rock bottom.
I saw that.
People's elbow off the whatever the little borders.
Yeah.
People dropped the whole thing. He pins them. This was like a 25-second celebration. I mean, NFL. He probably suspended for 2 years if he did that in the NFL. Like, he did a full wrestling. He had a full wrestling match. And here's the thing: this happened, and did anybody get offended? Does it hurt anybody? No. Let them celebrate. I don't see anything wrong with that. Nobody. I mean, here we are. We're talking about it now. We wouldn't be talking to AFL if this didn't happen.
Right. People's elbow.
Some stupid news here. The family of newly inducted Hall of Famer Junior Seau will not be allowed to speak at the Hall of Fame ceremony, but according to the NFL rules.
Why?
Because I don't know, because they're scared of what they're going to say. What he's going to say?
Because of the way he died. Because
the way he died, yeah,
and stuff like that.
Because like head trauma.
So I don't understand why. Because they think she's going to get up there and say anti-NFL stuff if she gets the microphone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
then you know what happens? You have security on standby.
Yeah.
And if she starts doing it, you yank her.
Yeah. Well, you cut the mic off.
No. See, this is a smart move, because now it looks like you're going to be bullying an old lady. You are bullying the whole family. You can't speak. Everybody else is talking. I'm just telling you, what's worse, pulling up a lady off stage or not letting her speak in the first place?
It's way worse to not let her talk, because if she starts going off,
look at the noise now it's making, and she didn't even say anything.
If you pull off, if you were being celebrated, at some place, and you just go up on stage and you start bashing the place, of course they're gonna pull the plug on you. You just pull you have to go up there and physically yank her. You just pull the plug on the microphone. End of story.
Right.
You kill the mic the second she says anything negative.
Right. You always
I'm not saying you have to physically drag off the stage. Here's the other
thing too. First of all, I've heard her speak before about this. She was on a couple shows. She doesn't seem that type that she's going to get vindictive there at the Hall of Fame ceremony. And you're up there with the rest of all the other players and the whole crew of everybody. You're not, to assume she's
not going to go into business for herself there and just start take it upon herself. And what you do, because you have these things where you can do things where you sign it saying you can't talk about this. They have the non-disclosure things, and if you do, we'll sue the balls out of you. We'll sue your estate.
Who's inducting them?
Nobody.
So
they're showing a video of his highlights of his career and saying, Junior Seau, everybody.
That looks. The NFL looks so guilty on that one. They have to cover that up.
They are guilty.
But that's not the point. The thing is, they should be. I don't know if they're guilty. They didn't do that to Junior Seau. He had the choice to step on the field. The NFL didn't kill him. Okay, but if you're gonna induct somebody in a Hall of Fame, and if that is a problem, the NFL knows it's a problem. It's not embarrassing them. They have so many of these cases there. It's not like it's a hidden thing.
Look at it comparable. I mean, did you watch the movie The Social Network?
Yeah.
They had it at the end of the movie. They said what happened with the Saverin guy, the guy who got kicked out. Is they told him you can't say anything negative about the Facebook or you lose all your money. Simple as that. With sale, you sign this.
Yeah.
You say anything negative about us, we're yanking you off. Simple as that.
We're suing you. Or
Like,
you, whatever it is.
It's not like they don't have money. They have money.
There's something there.
You can sue.
Goodell, the NFL, Players Association. There's something happened prior to this, a conversation, an event that's making the NFL nervous. That they don't want to put a microphone in front of her.
Yeah, I mean that's stupid.
You gotta have somebody induct you. Everybody has somebody induct them in the Hall of Fame, where it's another player, a coach, something like that. You don't throw a video up there when you have the family, and they're going to be in the audience too.
Yeah, they're going to be there.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's not smart. And I can't. The NFL smarter than that. You know, they should work this into a situation to where it could be positive for them, or let her speak about what happened to them, and hope it doesn't happen to other players. I mean, I don't blame the NFL for the head traumas of the players. They all know what
I don't either. Yeah.
They all knew what they're doing in any sport. I'm tired of hearing about, companies, like the NFL and the NHL, not as much baseball, but any sport. I mean, no one's got a gun to these players' heads to say, hey, you get out there and play and hit hard or get hit hard. It is the sport. It's what it is. You have the opportunity to say, no, I don't want to do this. But you want that money, but you don't want to do this. It's one or the other. That's the way
I don't necessarily think it's that. I always have thought that it was, in my opinion, I thought that, okay, if you're going to play the game, you can accept the consequences. It's like being a police officer or a fireman and all that.
It's like being a firefighter and getting burnt, being like, all right, well,
it's not even close.
I got burnt on the job.
It's not even close to being a police officer.
But I'm just saying there's certain consequences with every job. You got to know that something's going to happen. Yeah. You could get paralyzed on a play. You could get killed on a play. We all know, we've seen people
doing anything.
Yeah, it's anything. But the point, I think it is, when they knew they were having a concussion problem, I think the whole general feel was there was some type of like hush hush about it. And that's that, like they always say, it's not the action. Well, not anymore, but when it happened in the 80s and 90s, it was a hush hush. And I'm just saying that generally speaking, it would have been people. It's not the action. It's always the cover up that gets you in trouble.
I disagree with the hush hush. I think we just didn't know enough about concussions at that point where you had to let a player sit out.
It's a new thing.
Yeah. I mean, to me, Lou Gehrig's disease is all about concussions. Because you go back to Lou Gehrig, he had 8 of them. Okay, so part of what happened to him could have been from.
This is happening with wrestlers. Back in the day, you had a concussion, you wrestled later that day. Right. Nowadays, you get a concussion, they don't let you near a ring.
Right, exactly. That's we learn.
People become liable for these things. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said they are exploring the idea of moving back the July 31st trade deadline. With when the trade deadline was instituted, there was only 4 teams made the playoffs. Now there's 10. Everybody's in it.
Exactly.
And they
I'm waiting for them to do that.
Actually, that's really smart. I like that.
It's Manfred for you.
I don't know how smart it is, but it's needed. It's a needed thing. You just can't do it like that anymore.
I mean, outside of the Phillies, who's not in it right now? Everybody's within probably 5 games. Right. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but a 19-year-old Reds fan, Justin Buchanan, he successfully ran through the field during a game last week. He came on at the third base line, ran all the way out to center field, hopped the center field wall, and got out. He was videoing himself the entire time.
GoPro?
No, on his iPhone. He ran right out of the stadium, got in his car, drove back to his house. He lived in Indiana. He would have been fine. He would not have got in trouble, except the fact that he posted on Twitter. He posted his video. Now they know who he is. He got arrested. He's facing 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine for trespassing.
No way good. No way he spends time.
No, he's not.
Going to say, man, that was good.
No, he won't. But it's just the fact that now you got arrested and you had to put on Twitter, didn't you? Taylor Swift had a concert scheduled for Minute Maid Park October 13th. She rescheduled it due to the possibility of an Astros making the playoffs. My question is, that just shows no confidence that you booked a concert 2 weeks after the season ends. No, we're not making a playoffs. No way, Taylor. Come on, come to town, Taylor.
Yeah, right.
The Anaheim Angels had their first home rainout in 20 years. So they made it up with a doubleheader the next day. It was still a little damp, so they called on the old Anaheim Police Department helicopters to dry the field because it was a little too damp. And that's just
not used to it.
The pampered LA lifestyle. Bring in the choppers.
Oh, you're watching the game there.
Yeah. Delmarva Shorebirds, they're an Orioles single-A team. Their player Elia Leyva hits a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning. Unfortunately, he failed to touch home plate. He was called out, and they lost in extra innings.
Did he get mobbed on that?
Yeah, mobbed? No. No. He was the guy who was on because it was supposed to be a 2-run homer.
Right.
And he hopped over the plate. And that was it. Out. lose a game. I wish this would happen in the pros one of these days. And finally, here's a funny one. We'll end with this. Robert Allenby, golfer, fires his caddy 4 holes into the RBC Canadian Open last week. He pulled a fan out of the stands to caddy the rest of the day, and then he quit after the first day. He was like 11 over. He said, "F this, I'm out of here."
That was funny. That's like
he fired him because he fired him over the club choice. He recommended a 7-iron. Caddy says no, pull out the 8, and he came up short. Got in the water. He apparently a screaming match ensued, and he fired him. Here's my thing: you're the golfer. You pull out what you want to pull out.
Yeah, I mean that's
if you want to, I really think 7 here. He goes, no, man, you go 8. I look at him like, how many tournaments did you win?
That's a golfer on the edge. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, I mean that's not. What do you think? Is this tin cup?
Now I did have a little would you rather for. I know we're running a little long, so we'll save that for next week. Unless you want to get into it.
I want to say this is something that goes right into golf and could have been in the Wall Report. I was hoping you found it. There is a mad pooper on the Norwegian golf courses.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Okay, according to as the story goes, the club began finding the club in Norway, began finding feces in and around the cups on the golf course. This guy's been striking golf courses for 9 years.
9 years.
9 years. They can't catch him. He sneaks on it.
He's a chronic shitter.
He takes a dump in the golf cart.
We're gonna end the show on that.
I figured this is something that
got LeBron's junk and some feces.
There you go, and that's that.
And you thought Brendan needed it hard last week. Needed to be cut.
I'm just telling you.
And I did cut that before I put it back out.
I'm just looking at it going, I just going to be in the Wall Report. I had to
get someone. There's your Wall Report. Tune in next week. We'll play, if we have time, we'll play a little Would You Rather.
Keep running out of show music.
Sorry.
Hey, Cashy King, Chef Left, Brendan B. Got the wall over to my right. This is Sports Goombahs. So thank everybody for joining us, and we'll catch you next week.
See you.